Hi YouTube, this is my review of CyberPunk 2077. Don't buy it. So far, I played 8 hours. It took 6 hours to get to the fucking title screen or prologue screen or whatever the fuck it is, where it says CyberPunk 2077. There are many bugs, many glitches. I have it on very low settings, and I'm still stuttering and skipping, and things aren't spawning in correctly. Um, yeah. Uh, Jackie, after the first mission, excuse me, after the first mission, when you save the girl from the tub, like they did in the gameplay review or the gameplay video for Cyberpunk way back when you save the chick from the ice tub, um, or in the tub of ice, I guess, and you get her revived and take the chip out, so then the fucking medevacs come in. Well, after that happens, Jackie is standing in the doorway, and then he fucking just glitched right through some fucking lockers, and then just fucked off. And this game took 8 years to make, and there's this many glitches and problems and so many fucking issues with it. It's insane. I recommend that you wait until maybe 6 months when it's $20 off. Um, they've put 4 to 6 patches in the game that's fixed everything, and there's additional 2 DLCs on it that might be free. But as of right now, the game is not good. It is not optimal for anything from what I've read. I was just streaming. I streamed for 3 hours looking at reviews and talking about the reviews. And it feels like there's like a lot of people who are like saying that, oh, it's a great game. Yeah, it sure has its bugs, but it's a AAA title. You expect it. It's a big game. Okay. Here's my counter argument. It took 8 years. 8 years. I looked up how long it took to make Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Took 2.5 years to make. I don't remember seeing any big bugs or glitches in the game off the get, or needed a day one patch. I looked up how long it took to do The Witcher 3, because everyone's saying it's better than The Witcher 3, or they like it because of Witcher 3, or Witcher 3 had day one, or sorry, The Witcher 3 had bugs and glitches at the beginning when it first came out. I said, okay, how long did it take to develop? It took 3.5 years to develop. If it takes 3.5 years to develop, sure, that's kind of to be expected that there will be bugs and glitches. But 8 years and three or four delays, it's it's like a EA move in my opinion. It feels like an EA move where you push out a game that isn't complete. Um, but yeah, I would not recommend it. The combat is not good. The first person shooter aspect is not good. The guns are not good. The aiming is like delayed. Just like the driving. If the aiming is awful, the driving is god awful. The driving is you'll turn right and it takes 2 seconds for it to finally register to turn left. So, and then spoilers, I guess, but after you get shot by Dex and you end up in a fucking junkyard, you crawl out, and when I was crawling out, I stopped for 1 second, and the audio kept on rolling. So there's audio issues, there's gameplay issues. The combat system is not very good. The way I was going through it was I wasn't even aiming in. I was just walking toward enemies and firing my gun in hip fire because that's how inaccurate it is to even aim in. Um, yeah, it's not good. It's not a very good game. Like I said, I would recommend you waiting. Um, I've seen multiple reviews. And by the way, my computer is a $1,500 computer. It's not a fucking piece of wood or whatever they're saying on the reviews or whatever. Um, it's new. It's up to date. Um, there are people who have 2080s and 3080s and 3090s who are saying that they're having issues. They're having graphics issues. So it's not just me. And then there's people who are on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox One X. They're saying the exact same thing that we're saying too on PC, but they're also saying, if maybe I had $1,000 PC, it'd be running way better. Turns out, no, it wouldn't. So it's it. You read these reviews, and I just keep on I keep reading these reviews, like the positive ones, and they're like amazing gameplay, all this other stuff, amazing story, all the, and then they're like, yeah, sure, it has a couple bugs here and there. If it has bugs here and there, it's not a good game when it launches. If a game launches with major bugs and glitches, and it's not a good game, right when it launches, that's insane. Oh, it's a good game, but after a few patches, it's going to be a great game. 8 years. We waited. 8 years of development. 3 to 4 delays. Millions of dollars spent hyping the game up for people to come play it. It's going to be amazing. They said it was going to be the benchmark of gaming for the future. There are aspects of it, but it, there are some aspects of it, but the way they went through with it it felt like it was rushed at the very end to release it like this. If a game company does this, which I would say the next game company that will do this is probably going to be Grand Theft Auto, because they've just been on a hot streak with Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Redemption Online. Like, they've just been nothing but successful with zero game breaking glitches, crashes, bugs at the beginning of a game when it launched. As much as I can remember. The one thing that really kind of pisses me off about this too is the fact that you get a person to create, which is cool. It has a lot of options. Probably has the most options that I've seen in an RPG, which is great. Way more than any RPG, if you know what I mean. If you've played it, you know what I mean. Um, but there's no point to it, because the only time you see your character is in a very few cutscenes, and only when you're like forced to look in a mirror. So there's really no point in creating your character, making a bunch of customizations, making it look like you, all this other stuff, because you barely even see them. So if it was initially a third person game like they were trying to develop, then it might be better. I said when I was streaming, if they made the combat system kind of like Gears of War, in my opinion, it would be way better than the way it is right now. That's my opinion. Because they said initially it was going to be a third person, and like I was saying at the end of my stream, I can't recall any FPS RPG. So I think this is the first one. It might be the second or third one, but I don't recall any RPG that was also a first person shooter. Oh, there's so many things. Yeah. There's so many different things about this game, where it's 8 years, it's 3 to 4 delays, it's overhyped. They spent millions overhyping it, trying to get us to spend our money on it. And what happens? That happens. So after playing it for 8 hours and then reviewing a bunch of reviews on the game and what people are saying, what you probably should do is just wait for them to put in all the patches and stuff like that. It's like, well, I might as well get back my money because they're not going to make patches day one, and if they do, they might not. They're probably not going to patch everything. So it'll probably be months before they patch everything that needs to be fixed to where it can be optimized um, for their game. Because I even looked on their website where it said the recommendations for PC, and I exceed all of those, and it's still running like shit. And there's other people who have even better computers than mine, and it's running like shit. So save your money, wait, probably 6 months. It'll probably be about $20. Um, heck, if you wait even longer, it might become free on fucking Xbox Games Gold if you have that, or the PlayStation version of that, which I think is PlayStation Plus. So if you want to wait for that, it'll probably happen eventually, maybe in 2 years. Um, but in my opinion, this was a huge flop. The combat system wasn't good. The driving system wasn't good. The story was kind of meh. The dialogue and writing was good. Um, yeah. Story is kind of eh. All of it's kind of eh. Like the idea is great. The idea is wonderful, but the execution of this game did not meet what everyone was expecting. And to go back to Grand Theft Auto 5, there were some people in the reviews, they gave it 5 stars that said if you were expecting a GTA 5 game when you bought this, you're going to be surely, disappointed. Well, I don't know if you remember or not, but GTA 5 first released as a first person or as a single player game, and they made you wait 2 months to play online. So they made you play the game in order for you to be ready and get used to all the controls and all this other stuff. Now, if Cyberpunk maybe had a multiplayer function in it, it maybe could be better playing with your friends. But since it's just a single player game, I don't know. And also, GTA has the first person aspect of it if you want to play that way. But a game such as that, I think all RPG games should be made in third person. I think a majority of them already are. And like I said, I guess, yeah, I guess FPS shooter would be like Fallout and Skyrim. Like those would be them. But yeah, like those were even decent. I don't know. Take my opinion if you want, but this was my review of Cyberpunk 2077. I suggest you wait. And if you did get it and you're disappointed, try and get a refund because that's exactly what I did. I ordered it off Steam and I just put in my ticket for a refund. So, hope you enjoy your day. Hopefully, this helps you determine whether you want to get this game. I would say don't just listen to me. Listen to other people. This is just my opinion. I would suggest looking at other people's videos or watching some streams and seeing how you like it, what you think of it. But yes, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day.